Welcome everybody. This is the KubeVirt community meeting, October 7th, 2020. First up on the agenda, just a quick announcement that release 34 was branched today, or it was branched last week. It was released today. So the notable features that I can think of off the top of my head were the node placement API and an eviction webhook for evacuating nodes made it into this release. Any questions or comments on that? All right, turning it over to Daniel Hiller to talk about.
What about restore or snapshots and restore? I think that's pretty.
I couldn't remember that. So yeah, that's true. Snapshots are in there as well. Thank you. Okay, without any further ado, I'll turn it over to you, Daniel.
Hey, just a quick heads up. We just merged PR yesterday against KubeVirt CI, which exposes ports 80 and 443, sorry, and which might conflict with some use cases where users are running web servers on HTTP and HTTPS port. So this might cause some trouble. Just a heads up so that you know. We are currently investigating how to mitigate this, probably in opt-in or something. Haven't decided yet.
Dumb question. There are multiple layers involved here because there's a container and then there's a VM inside of it, right? At which level are we exposing these ports? Is it at the outer container or is it inside Vagrant? Where is it on the cluster itself inside the node?
The problem is that the port is used on the host, right? So
this is interesting because what we normally do is we do by default only random port exposure. Like we also expose other ports already, which get assigned to a random port outside, except if you especially pin them. Are you sure that this is happening right now?
At least Jed just posted to the PR that was merged yesterday that he's got problems with running Apache server. So.
I can tell you what we normally do. Normally we use the -big P flag or something on the Docker command line, and that exposes it on random ports outside. So we should do the same here. So if it's not explicitly pinned to a random port, and we have another go-cli command which shows you actually the port assignment. So you probably by accident made it a thing. Oh, and just in case you're hearing the storm outside, in case it disappeared, it's because of the storm.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. Thanks for the heads up. So
go on with the
further questions?
Sure.
Okay, yeah. The next one is also a heads up that we already communicated against the KubeVirt dev mailing list. So just a quick note that we aren't running Travis CI on PRs against master anymore, which leads to not seeing the, well, how should I say it, the status on the PRs. So if in case you are looking for it, it's just not there anymore because we have completely moved to Prow. We have created a couple of Prow checks for that, and this completely replaced the original Travis CI script.
Thanks for the heads up. That? Nope. So that's for Travis CI. We'll still see Prow output on the CI, right?
Sorry?
Or on the PRs. So this is for Travis, not Prow on the PRs. We'll still see output, just not that output.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think the post submits are still running on Travis for the release, right?
Yeah, of course. I was just talking about the PRs.
Yeah.
So everything else is still, and also if you have PRs against the release branches, there also is still Travis active. So. Sorry for being unclear about that.
No worries. Thank you for clarifying. And okay, next topic, turning it over to Alex to talk about a hot plug proposal.
Yes, been working on it for quite some time. the link is in the document, but basically it's my proposal for hot blocking disks into VMs. So, feel free to look at it, make comments, etc. In the meantime, I'll be updating the proof of concept that implements most of the ideas in the document. That's it.
Okay, great. Thank you. Any questions, comments? Is this already on the mailing list, I assume?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so next topic, we'll turn it over to Chris to talk about KubeVirt Dev.
Hi, good morning. Part of version 1.0 is to make user guide, just kind of refresh user guide and make the organization more logical. So I have a proposal put together on how we should rearrange the bits, and I just have to get that email out to KubeVirt Dev.
Okay, and the next topic is yours as well.
And then part of the user guide reorg, we saw a gap in tooling for user guide. So I have a make file created to help us out with that. It has integrated Yes speller. So lots of neat little widgets. Some screenshots are posted against the GitHub issue.
Very cool. So this new tooling, what is it, without looking at the screenshot directly, what is the tooling called?
It's just make. And we have make targets to bring up our containers for website and user guide. It has a target for Yes speller, as a target to check various links. We've also noticed that people link directly to the categories in user guide, and there hasn't been any checking to see if those categories actually exist. And over time, as user guide has been developed, those new categories appear, old categories disappear, and that makes the link to the category stale. So we haven't had any checking for that. Now we do.
That's really nice. And I think you mentioned some general restructuring regarding to the framework. Will we have issues regarding to losing links, permalinks, which you already had before?
So fortunately, there's only 6 links to user guide in all of the website. So our blog and website page won't really be affected. We'll be able to modify them.
So only my countless Slack references to the user guide will get outdated.
Yes. Yeah. If you have a website bookmarks, you're out of luck. We can't modify those.
Chris, which, is this container engine agnostic? Because you said that we're bringing up containers. Could we use Podman or Docker interchangeably?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, part of the make file will be to discover how you want your environment set up. So if you have Docker, we'll use it. If you have Podman, we'll use it. I lean the Podman direction myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to be compatible with both, of course, because we can't mandate what people are doing on their develop environment. So
Sure.
That's good. All right, and with that, are there any questions or comments about that or anything? Any other topics to raise today? Okay, well, short and sweet then. Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye-bye.